Hey guys, Mike here. So another red day in the market, number 5. So, will we break the streak tomorrow with monthly Opex? We'll have to find out. A lot of options expiring, but of course we talked about what in Sunday's video. We'll have 2 stocks, and of course we'll add Netflix to that. They're going to really set the tone of where we're going, right? And so ASML stage 1, they make all the equipment for the people who make the AI chips. They fail, right? Now you have Taiwan Semiconductor this morning. They actually did good with their numbers, but it was the guidance they put out on certain sectors of AI chips that the market did not like, right? So technically we'll say fail number 2. And then, of course, number 3 is going to be the ones that actually sell all the chips, okay? And so I'll show you what Taiwan Semiconductors had to say. Also, I'm going to ask you to do something for me, which is vote in the bottom whether or not you can do it now or when I ask you. But would you get into an autonomous taxi, okay, which is a lot different than your car, where you can literally shut the car off, stop it, take over the car at any moment. But an autonomous taxi, you're getting in the back seat and you're trusting, obviously, a car or whoever programmed it with no driver. So I just want to know for Saturday's videos, I'm going to do a lot more talking about Tesla, autonomous taxis, things of this nature, because a lot of you guys brought it up in the comments and want me to talk about it. And so please put in the bottom yes or no. If you want to put your age, that's even better. You don't have to write a book or anything else. Just put yes or no. That's it. We'll have our own little poll. Personally, I'm very upfront saying no. My wife won't do it. None of our friends will do it. None of our family do it. Might be our generation, right? Might be from where we're from. I don't know what it is. But I just don't feel comfortable and get in the back of a car that I can't have any control over and going, right? I don't mind, because even one of our cars, I forgot what level it is, whatever, but I can cut the thing on and it'll drive and stuff, but I can cut it off at any moment, right? And so I'm still in control. So, that's just my thoughts. So I just want to hear from you on that. So we're going to get into, a lot. I'm going to kind of push fast through this video. But one thing is, we hadn't had any good manufacturing news. Well, we actually had some good manufacturing news numbers, some stunning numbers. Philadelphia Fed Manufacturing Index up 15.5 right there, which was way more than they expected. They expected +2, right? Plus 3.2 prior. New orders surged at 12.2. Shipments rose 19.1. But here's the bad part. Prices paid rose +23, and employment and average work week fell further into contraction. But again, looking at the chart, cyclical, right? So are we in a cycle going up? And normally the employment and the orders and all that come together. Right now, employment is lagging as people are working, 2 or 3 jobs or whatever. Now, getting into Taiwan Semiconductors, and I just want to put that manufacturing out there because we really ain't seen a lot, right? Here's the deal. When you look at the numbers, hey, sales rise as much as 30% as it rides a wave of demand for semiconductors using AI, right? And it maintained its guidance, right, which was actually a good thing. And so that's not bad, but what they said was, which kind of made the market go, uh-oh, is, as I told the members, Taiwan Semiconductors on Thursday said the recovery in the smartphone and PC markets was milder than expected. Hello, Apple. And limiting the pace of global semiconductor growth. That's why you saw MU get hit for 2024, despite demand for generative AI computing remaining strong, which is why you saw NVDA and AMD, even on a red day, go green. And the company also said it expects revenue to grow quarter to quarter in 2024, but that the chip maker remains cautious about global consumer electronics sentiment. That's really the big one, right? And you can see right here, obviously, we're going to pull up the moving average. Just look at the chart real quick. Obviously, broke its 50 moving average, so it's joining the gang right there. It is coming into, I guess you can call it a demand area since it's major rise up. So we'll see if it gets a bounce or continues to get punished because they don't just make AI chip stocks, right? This is also why you saw Apple struggling today. Now, look at this one right here. This is crazy. Hey guys, before we continue, please hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. It helps people find the video. And think about subscribing if you like this kind of content. And that is Netflix. As you can see, boy, they went hunting for people playing options on this one. Look at those big old wicks right there. Wicked up, then wicked down. We'll see where it ends coming up in the morning and stuff right there. And we'll see if it makes its expected move, which is quite a decent one. But you can see here, right, these earnings aren't horrible. They aren't even really that bad, right? They beat revenue. They beat the guide. Crushed subscriber estimates by 94%. I want to thank one of my members for this, by the way. And, but you look at guidance, well, Q2 missed revenue guidance barely, right? They beat everything else. And then full year revenue missed by 0.4%, right? Raised EBIT though, right? Beat EBIT estimates by 4%. And so you can see the revenues and stuff there. But again, if this was in an uptrend, do you think this stock will be down right now? Or do you think it'll be up? Please put in the comments. I think we all know the answer to that, right? But we're in a downtrend. And you can see, and look at this right here. I'm going to count them up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 red days. We are below the expected move now. And when we zoom out, I want to make sure, again, 4 red days, right? You can have 5 or 6 though. Okay, this was the last major sell-off right there. When you saw we had 5 green day and then it went 3 more red, right? But even the other sell-off, about 4 days. So 4 days, it's not like you see it all the time, okay? But you can have it. As again, we had 5 red days. We can have 6 red days if you want to. It's just normally you will get a bounce at some point in time, right? You can see it clearly right here. And again, when you look at it, we need to move up at some point in time to clean up the chart, right? That's just the way it is. It always happens. I don't care how steep it is, unless it's some kind of like 2020 event, you don't go straight down, okay? And now we've moved into this gap right here. So we're going to fill the gap before or not? Are we going to get a bounce moving up? And when we look at this right here, and what I mean is somewhere, a lot of people expect to come right up in here, right? We come right up in here, grab a whole boatload of liquidity right here, clean up the chart, and then if it wants to head down from there, it can head down. Because right now earnings aren't doing it, right? And so they aren't pumping the market or anything else, still moving down. You can see it right here in this last sell-off. You'll get a nice move down. And again, you're going to hit some magical fib level or whatever it is, moving average or something, and you're going to get a move back up, right? And it's going to clean up the chart and it's going to tease you. It's going to say, oh, look at it right here. We cleaned up the chart with this one, but then we're going to move higher. We're going to break this level right here. No, we're not. We're going to fail, right? Suck more people in, move it out as exit liquidity, right? And then move it back down, right? Mitigate this fair value gap, pop back up. Oh, we're going back. It's all over. Nope, surely is not. Big crater down, move back up, fill a gap to the penny right there to the left, move back down, finally liquidate everybody else left or whoever's, really, really wanting to sell. And that's when you get like 6 red days in a row right there, 1 green and 3 more red, right? And then we take off like a rocket ship. All right, so we capitulated a lot of people right there. So, we'll see how far this one's going to go. I personally, wish we would come all the way down and touch all the moving averages. I told the members. Now, Tesla, I thought it was going to fill this gap today right here. The gap's around 146.33, as you can see. When we go over here, you can see plain as day we did not. That was the low, 148.70. Again, another downgrade. More people, piling onto this thing right here. As you can see right there, no shocker. I think they cut it from 189, their price target, to 123 now. When we pull out, obviously we're way below the expected move. So this is a prime example of a stock that is not going to end up, unless something crazy happens tomorrow, within its expected move. Okay, so like I said, the indexes are way more prone to completing it within the expected move than certain stocks, and this one it can't buy a break. Okay, it cannot buy a break at all. And when we look out, the one thing I want you to look for, where the bottom's that gap, where the bottom we hit today, we're going to find out. But watch this trend line, right? This goes back to 2019, the 2020 bottom right there. Remember when it dropped to $100, 101? That was that trend line. So we've had 3 major, actually 4 touches, and then right now, so anywhere from 136 to 142. Depending on when it would have hit it, if it would hit it. But watch it, because that will be a great level to end up bottoming at, right? And so, again, they got earnings coming up. Maybe it does it then, or maybe it just starts moving up from here. And I do know a lot of people dollar cost averaging into this one. And that brings me to that interview I mentioned with somebody who's in the business, right, on Wall Street, but they own Tesla in their personal account. And so they lay out why it's either going to be bullish or why it's going to be even more bearish. Because they're putting their own money where their mouth is, not their clients' money.
Why should we still believe in this stock story?
Well, the stock right now doesn't look good. So let's just separate the stock from the company. Make no mistake, the chart looks terrible. Don't forget that in January of 2023, I bought it around 120. This stock got to, I think, $100 during the early part of 1 day of trading, and that's with earnings estimates of $5 for full year 23. So we're not even going to sniff that this year. So this stock could go lower. Let me make that clear. It looks broken right now. Why I would not what I wouldn't discount is Elon, is I think he's one of the most, prolific innovators and engineers of our time. With SpaceX, literally, I think NASA would be defunded with what he's done with energy storage and EVs, and then at Neuralink. And so I do think, though, he is going to have right now, between this earnings report, which will be bad, and the shareholder package, I think it's very murky right now, because make no mistake, part of this valuation is based on sentiment and also valuations, margins, and earnings expanding. So I see absolutely why Steve is short. I don't think he's going to be short long term. I think it's probably a trade, but I think longer time we will get some clarity, and this will be over the next few months a potentially good opportunity to add or buy to the position. As I said, the chart looks terrible, and they are in a very murky situation right now because it feels like, are you going to be a car company that's balancing higher revenues, higher earnings and margins, and then also innovating at the same time with full self-driving, more energy and robotaxi? Or are you going to do a full pivot to robotaxi? I think if they come out and do that, that's a revaluation of the name on the downside, because that is probably 5 to 10 years out.
And like I said to them again, if you could please vote right there in the bottom. If you want to put your age, that's even better, because then it gives me an even better sense to put in Saturday's video. But again, like, would you get into an autonomous taxi or, drive an autonomous car? That's what I want to know, especially the taxi part where you're in the back seat. Okay, so you're not in control of the car. All right, it's a lot different than what you're doing with your car right now. So please put in there yes or no. You don't have to fill out a Bible or put a whole big explanation. Don't put any explanation. Just put yes, no, I would, whatever. And I'll know what it is, and I can present it in Saturday's video, and we have our own little poll, okay? So I just want to gather information from you on that. Me personally, I'm very upfront saying I would not do it. My wife wouldn't do it. None of our friends would do it. Nobody in our family would do it. So, now it's different. You're saying I'm going to be my own self-driving car where I can shut it off and change things. But to get into the back seat of a car, don't have a driver, I'm just personally not comfortable with it. Again, I'm not tech savvy. Just not comfortable with it. Maybe it's my generation. Maybe I'm from the South. I don't know what it is, but I'm just not. So please let me know how you feel about that. Now, earnings, all you got to do is look at American Express. You'll have P&G, a couple, but nothing major. And no kind of economic news. You had one Fed president in the morning, and that is it. Again, you have Opex, a big Opex. So there will be, most likely, I don't know the number yet, but I'll be willing to bet $1 to $2 trillion in options expiring tomorrow. And so again, we'll see where this market goes, especially off Netflix earnings and Taiwan Semiconductors and ASML and all that good stuff. We'll have to see where the market wants to take us to set us up for next week. So please hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Feel free to predict tomorrow if you like. Do we finally get a green day and break the 5-day streak or not? All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.